Oliver, Prudential is having its investor day today, and Tidjane Thiam, the CEO, has just announced a big strategy for the next 4 years that involves, I think at the very centre of it, a £10 billion cash generation programme. That's a lot of money for an insurance company, even one as big as Pru.
Yes, so it's unveiled new targets for the next few years, period up to 2017, and the big number is 10 billion, which is the cumulative cash flow between 2014 and 2017. There are 3 targets. 2 are to do with growth in Asia, and one's at the group level. So it's a continuation of the previous strategy, which Prudential calls cash and growth, and it sees its future as a combination of the 2.
Right, so that's about £2.5 billion a year. What is it generating at the moment, and how does the new target compare to that?
Well, last year it generated 2 billion, so if it does 2.5 billion over the 4 years, that's a 20% increase. So it's quite decent growth. But the interesting thing is where that growth is coming from, and it's all coming from Asia.
Right.
The story around Prudential's growth in Asia is well rehearsed. Growing middle classes lead to growing demand for financial products, particularly savings and insurance, in which Prudential specialises. So all the growth is coming from there. The question really is where this leaves Prudential's other businesses in the UK and the US, mostly in the asset management business. And given the growth target that it's got for cash generation overall, and what it's specified that it's expecting from Asia, it kind of leaves the other 2 businesses looking fairly flat. And quite significantly, it's not set targets for the US and UK businesses, right, whereas it did 3 years ago when it last unveiled its targets.
And would that seem to suggest then that Tidjane Thiam was right to try to buy AIA a couple of years ago in a big transaction that obviously didn't get underway?
It looks like an opportunity missed at the moment. Certainly the AIA share price is well above what Prudential was offering to pay for it, but that's kind of water under the bridge now. That boat has sailed and Prudential is moving on. But that deal is significant in that last time Prudential came out with its strategy in 2010, it was still really recovering from the AIA, the failed bid. So it really had to do a lot to win over investors' confidence. Now, 3 years down the line, the share price has performed very well. There's been plenty of dividends. It has the confidence of investors, which is perhaps why it feels it doesn't need to be quite so prescriptive this time about the targets that it's setting.
Okay, so Tidjane Thiam has just unveiled his new 4-year strategy for Pru, which involves massive cash generation of £10 billion. Thanks, Oliver.